Hey, beautiful people. So, I wanted to come do another video for you guys, and I am doing it from the lovely space of my bed because I don't feel my best today. So, I'm going to put my hair in a bun while I record, and then we'll get started. I'm done. Doesn't look that good, but hopefully enough to get through this video. So I wanted to do a video on what is your go-to. What is your go-to? What do you go to when you feel stressed? What do you go to when you feel anxious? What do you go to when you feel sad or just heartbroken? And not necessarily like from actually I can't say that. From anything, from life's difficulties, from the way you process situations. So I wanted to do a video today to kind of just hopefully guide you on your options of ways you can truly support yourself and to know like what tools you have to to your hands, like what tools do you have at your fingertips to support you when you're in the thick of a really difficult time in your life. So for me, I have learned a lot about what helps me kind of get grounded and what helps me feel supported and nourished and what helps me feel like everything's going to be okay. So for me, these things have been silence, sitting in silence, also sitting with my feelings, feeling how I feel, crying, and even anger, being angry, but not allowing that anger to be lashed out on someone else, but really sitting with my anger and acknowledging my feelings, acknowledging what got me to the place that made me angry, and really dissecting what's there. So I think it's important to be willing to know what you can do in times of heartache, in times of despair, in times of disappointment. And something that I like to do, or something that I know is a go-to for me constantly, is prayer. I love to just have conversations with God about my life, about what I'm doing, about where I'm at, about the things that I want, about how I feel, about what I'm not happy about what I'm grateful for. All of these things are like, there's nothing that is untouched with God when I go into prayer. And for me, prayer isn't this performance where you kind of like have to watch what you say or watch how you talk. I even curse with God. I'm not cursing at God, but I'm cursing about how a situation is making me feel. I'm cursing about and like through an expressive emotion, like anger or sadness or frustration or joy or happiness. If I'm happy, I will curse in prayer. Like, I can't fucking believe this, things like that. I'm so, when I get excited, I'm so expressive. So when I go through these things, I'm not limiting myself in the way that I show up, and I'm not limiting who I am in this space when I'm praying, in the space when I feel like I am my whole self and I have no reason to hide anything about what I'm truly thinking, how I'm truly feeling. And when I do this, I get to be my fullest self. I get to hold space for all of who I am in these moments when I'm praying to God. And that's what I want you guys to be able to do for yourself, and not feel like, oh, I have to watch myself, or I have to watch the way that I'm being. There's a difference between being hateful towards an entity that is you, is the life source of who you are. And then there's the full expression of yourself before this life force that you are. So there's a difference between having your emotions and intentions directed in a negative light towards the thing that you are, which is life, which is divinity, which is the creator. And then there's just allowing yourself to be full and to be whole before this entity, this energy source called God. And so when you put your emotions out there, when you freely express yourself, you do it from a place where it's just, you want understanding. And then when you're directing your emotions towards this divine power, this presence of life, you are now pushing away and sort of creating a barrier between the thing that created you, the thing that you are, and the love that is there for you. So you just have to be mindful and aware of how you're directing your energy. Which side is it coming from, versus being afraid to express yourself because you don't want to offend the very thing that created you, the very thing that you are, the very essence of life. So that's just a tool that you can take with you, is to kind of be aware of where you're coming from when you are directing, when you are expressing your emotions, and when you are directing them. I hope that makes sense. But another few tools that I just want to present to you. So prayer is one, silence is one, meditation is another. valuable resource that you can implement into how you take care of yourself, what you do to get through difficult emotional setbacks. Meditating allows you to just create a sense of surrender. It's allowing yourself to be all that you are, whether you like it or not, and be in two places, a place of surrender and a place of acceptance. And you're not fighting who you are. You're not fighting anything. You're not trying to force anything. You're just allowing yourself to be in order to acknowledge the next step you need to take, in order to acknowledge yourself. And meditation allows you to just spend quality time with you and with the divine. I was going to say with divinity, but it's all the same thing. But what I also wanted to mention is just that it's the time where you get to like listen to life and listen to what God has to share with you. And then from there, you get to make your decisions. You get to act on the direction and the pool that you are being guided towards. So it's a moment of guiding. It's a moment of being guided by source. It's a moment of receiving guidance from source. And then another tool that is really powerful, I feel, is that which is using your, I don't know how to say this. It's getting dark. Another tool that really can kind of hold space for you and support you through just energy that isn't yours or energy that you don't want to hold on to is Reiki. Being able to being able to use Reiki as a healing modality is something that I think is powerful and needs to be like really considered. It's a way for you to just let go of what doesn't serve you energetically, let go of what doesn't support you emotionally. And allowing yourself to have like the healing power of Reiki kind of cleanse your auric field creates a new, like, it renews your energy source. It renews your frequency. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. But on the energy frequency that you resonate on, allowing yourself to have Reiki performed on you helps you to to move into a frequency level that renews your spirit. So yeah. And then there's like a whole ton of tools that you can implement into your day-to-day habits and routines that can so benefit your internal experience of who you are and what you're creating, the type of life that you're creating for yourself. And I know this is kind of controversial, but even implementing crystals in a way that supports your your spirit is something that could really make you feel more settled in your day. I myself have worked with crystals, and it's so funny because the Bible talks about how to not, I don't even think the Bible talks about crystals as being something evil or something not um to be to be entertained. I think it talks about crystals in the Bible in positive ways, but I'm gonna shut up because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I know it doesn't talk about crystals not being used. I don't know. I'm just gonna skip this whole part. But yeah, but crystals do serve a purpose, and they're not these evil energy sources. They're actually really powerful energy sources. They're energy sources that allow you to have greater healing. And I will share with you, there was a time in my life where I felt very, very isolated from life, very lonely, very by myself. And I chose to use crystals to help me in those moments. And they really gave me a sense of joy, a sense of just pure happiness, like that childlike happiness that you have when you're just brand new to the world, and you're learning and exploring. So that's the kind of energy that crystals hold. They really do have powerful energetic frequency to support you with whatever emotions or feelings or states of being that you find yourself in that are not supportive to your highest and greatest self. So just holding it in the palm of your hands, or holding it close, or having it on your body, holding it close to you, having it around you in your home, kind of creates a different vibe and a different energy than, say, you didn't have any in your home. So that's something to think about. And then I think lastly, if there's any other resource that I could offer or I could mention in this video, I think it would just be maybe even journaling, like sitting with yourself and really figuring out what is the root of your what's causing your pain, what's causing your sadness. So, journaling has been such a healing modality for me because I'm able to start, there's like a beginning, a middle, and an end to journaling. And I can start with my feelings and then I can move into the event of the situation, my behavior, my actions, my thought processes that led me to the result, the outcome, the pain of the situation. And then the end is the resolution. Well, how can I mitigate this from happening again? How can I show up for myself better if this shows up for me, if this emotion shows up for me again, if this sadness comes through again? How can I show up for myself? And I find the answer through asking questions all along the way and writing down the experience of the answer, the emotions that come up for me, the feelings that I get from asking myself these things, and really doing a deep dive about the whole scenario, doing a deep dive into what would make me happier. And this is how I create more harmony. This is how I create self-love. This is how I create self-acceptance. This is how I create my world and my life. So I hope these few tools of how to work with yourself, how to give yourself a better opportunity to utilize the resources that are out there to improve your life and the lifestyle that you want. Really just gives you a better insight and resources and tools to start implementing into your day-to-day. My name is Aditor Majek. Thank you for sticking around with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.